No, I couldn't understand Rolandson at some point, but this things happen in football. No, make me understand it.
Sponsored hoodlum. That's a big kicker, you know. That's like awesome headlines. Sponsored hoodlum. I mean, you said sponsored hoodlum by your detractors. Who are they? You said those ones that want to go into the Nigeria Professional Football League. For goodness sake, Crown FC is not even in contention to go to the NPFL. That's the thing. Those in contention in the Southern Conference are go round and Bielsa. So, for what reason? I mean, you say sponsored hoodlums. That's when you were saying that, I was just laughing. What is sponsored hoodlum? For goodness sake. I mean, it's so sad. And of course, the fact that the officials, I was even surprised when the physio was even part of them, although he said that they were part of, they were the ones that were trying to hold the hoodlum, the so-called sponsored hoodlums. And I'm wondering, who are these sponsored hoodlums?
Anyway,
they are said, let them produce them.
Before I get you talking, Dr., I like what the Nigeria National League, the management, well done.
Yes, well done.
Swift response, and that's what we want. Anyway, they've come hard on Crown FC of Ogbomoso. So, Rolandson, why you guys are trying to look for those sponsored hoodlums? The NNL have words for Crown FC of Ogbomoso. Crown are to meet up with the following monetary penalties in line with Article 26 of the rules governing the league. They said the Zone Stadium in Ogbomoso is banned from hosting any NNL game for the next 2 years. Crown FC also banished to Abeokuta for the remainder of the season. Crown FC have been fined 2 million naira for assault to match officials and Abia Comets players. 2 million naira. Crown FC officials, Adetunde Adewumi and Alabi Jonathan, are suspended indefinitely from all NNL activities. Oyo State FA and Crown FC management are also ordered to produce their assailants, according to Rolandson, sponsored hoodlums involved in the attack of match officials before their next home game.
I feel that 2 million naira is a slap on the wrist. I mean, based on what has happened, I feel it's a slap on the wrist. I feel it should have been harder. I like the fact that that stadium has been banned for the next 2 years, not to host any NNL game.
That's aside.
Yeah. But let me just...
There are more. Let me just say this.
Okay.
Crown FC will also pay 1.5 million naira being compensation to match officials on items damaged, as well as for 2 cameras of Abia Comets that were destroyed. Crown FC will also pay 500,000 naira as medical bills for match officials, Abia Comets players, and officials assaulted. I like this the fact that it is prompt.
Of course.
People should understand that
I really
we're not playing here.
I really appreciate the NNL board. Actually, they've taken a very swift action. They are not actually waiting for anything to come afterward. Maybe come with your appeal or this or that. They actually delve into taking action immediately that something happened. For Abia Comets, I'm really going to say sorry to all of the players, also the officials. On behalf of Crown FC, because the
on behalf of Crown,
I'm just saying it. Yeah, you don't know why I'm saying it
to me.
I'm just doing that on a tight line because they failed to do that, according to the team manager of. I'm talking about the team manager of Abia Comets. But one thing is this, if you can remember, I stated earlier that this is not what we want to see when it comes to our footballing activities. We want to see actions on the field. We don't want to see actions off the field. We don't want to see hoodlums actually encroaching the pitch and actually beating players, the main players, talking about the agent of entertainment on the field of play.
They were beating them in the presence of security personnel. Right, the security men at the stadium are supposed to protect
the players and the officials, and the
right there in front of, you see, and that's the worry right there. Each time this issue of hooliganism comes up, I just struggle for words. There's no way people who associate with our football, which is becoming fast becoming a brand, if we keep talking about all of these things. And yes, some will say it happens everywhere, but it shouldn't happen this way. Put players and officials in hospital just because they didn't even lose the match. They didn't lose the match. It was goalless. So Crown FC of Ogbomoso, we loved what you guys started when you started the community initiative. Remember when you went to meet the Oba everyone liked it and say you're bringing the community into it. Not for this. Totally unacceptable. And it should stop in our football. We cannot continue this way and expect the league to grow. Nigerian football is doing so well. We saw beautiful football in the NPFL. We're talking about the NNL because that's the next level to the NPFL. We'll talk about Rio Ferdinand announcing that he's launching a new career as a professional boxer 2 years after he retired from football, but we don't have the time to talk about it. So I must say thank you so much, Dotun, for coming around. And of course, Cosmos Chukwuemeka, still trying to understand what sponsored hoodlums means.
Of course.
That's
Hashtag sponsored hoodlums.
That's what it is. Action-packed auto sports. Right here on Channels, TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. That's the show. But remember, when we leave this studio, I keep telling you, the conversation doesn't end. Keep talking to us on Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook, Channels-sports, on behalf of the ever-winning sports team at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakwa. I'll be back again tomorrow to talk some more sports. But until then, in everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.